In the old days, a lot of the time, little kids were buried with their favorite toy. It could be anything. A wooden sailboat, a little baseball bat, an old doll, anything the kid loved. Beth Parsons' toy, a Ragdoll with 2 blue button eyes, was buried with her when she died, just like that. 2 weeks after the funeral, when her father found the doll laying on the front porch, he decided there must have been a mistake and quietly reburied it. A week and a half after that, when Beth's mother found the doll, dirty and wet, on the floor of Beth's old playroom, she brought it to the family priest, and together they blessed it and buried it again in the little girl's plot. When they found the doll the 3rd time, sitting up on Beth's old bed, there was a little note that said,
"It's too cold and dark in there. I don't like it. Why won't you let me come home?"
If you are the type of person who eats out regularly, one day, a stranger might join you at the table. The stranger will always appear to be of your age and sex, and he, if it is a he, will only appear if you are alone. No matter what style of restaurant it is, he will be carrying his own plate of food. After a few seconds, he'll look directly at you and say, "You seem like an interesting person. May I know you better?" Say yes, and he will begin to ask you questions about yourself in between bites. These questions will be innocuous enough at first. What your name is, what you do for a living, and so forth. But should you open your mouth to answer, you'll be forced to tell the truth, even if you do not consciously know what the truth is. Remain silent, and the stranger will scowl at you, pick up his plate, and leave. You'll never see him again. If you do indulge his questions, however, they will grow darker and darker as the food leaves his plate, and it will become harder and harder to resist answering. Do not attempt to leave the table before he does, under any circumstances. When his plate is clean, he will stand up to leave, but not before asking you one last, irresistible question. What would drive you to take your own life? You will instantly be aware that you will be able to lie in response to this question, and I suggest you do, for whatever you describe will come to pass within the week. Those who are canny may use this chat to gain whatever they desire, but know that if the happenstance you name does not drive you to suicide, the stranger will start guessing as to what will. And consider how much he now knows about you. When you are admitted to a hospital, they place on your wrist a white wristband with your name on it. But there are different colored wristbands, which symbolize other things. The red wristbands are placed on dead people. There was one surgeon who worked on a night shift in a school hospital. He had just finished an operation and was on his way down to the basement. He entered the elevator, and there was just one other person there. He casually chatted with the woman while the elevator descended. When the elevator door opened, another woman was about to enter when the doctor slammed the close button and punched the button to the highest floor. Surprised, the woman reprimanded the doctor for being rude and asked why he did not let the other woman in. The doctor said, "That was the woman I just operated on. She died while I was doing the operation. Didn't you see the red wristband she was wearing?" The woman smiled, raised her arm, and said, "Something like this?" Ever feel like you're being watched? Awful feeling, isn't it? You can feel the eyes on you, watching you. You aren't sure what emotion they're watching you with. It could be lust, it could be hatred, it could be fear. You're not too sure, but you know you don't like it. You quickly run through a mental checklist. Did I lock the door tonight? Is my alarm set? Are the windows drawn? You answer yourself in the affirmative in all cases, and relax a little. You're in your cozy little house, safe from the outside world, alone. You still feel it, the eyes pressing down on your neck, just watching you go about your business. You know you're safe. You did lock everything out, right? But then a thought enters your head. What if someone was already here? A simple answer, really. That just means instead of locking him out, you locked him in. With you. Alone. Your heart starts to race. Your eyes look at every corner. Every little subtle movement in the corner of your eye is a potential stalker, and you know he won't be happy if you ruin his evening. He's very apt to ruin yours if you do. You finally run to your room, your heart pounding against your chest. You lock your bedroom door, not having learned your lesson about locks. So you sit here, in your room, sitting nervously on that oh-so-comfy bed of yours, alone. You're still not content. You check every brightly lit corner. Under your bed has proven clear at least a dozen times, and you know your closet is empty. So you breathe a sigh of relief and sit comfortably on your bed. You scold yourself for being such a child. You go and wash up for the night, and make yourself comfortable. Partially to mock your fear this evening, you sleep extra light tonight. You finally convince yourself to turn off the lights, and slip comfortably into your bed. You drift quietly off to sleep, a smile on your face. You're now safe and sound until the morning. So you sleep, mocking your phantoms with your quiet slumber and skimpy nightwear. You sleep. Alone. Finally, you are asleep. Such a bothersome evening this has been. So inconvenient and fruitless. Finally, you are convinced that you are alone. And you are. With me. He's in the house. I can hear him moving around downstairs. I can't remember when I first heard him trying to get in, but it feels like I've been hiding in this closet for hours. I can't stop shaking. At least I managed to grab a knife from the kitchen while I had the chance. He's coming. Dear God, he's climbing the stairs. This is it. I can't stop shaking. He's sure to find me here. I can see the headlines now. Man murdered in his own home. Maniac tortures and mutilates innocent victim. Bloodbath, massacre, slaughter. He's on the landing. He must be just outside the bedroom. Please, God, give me the strength that I need to get through this. I just can't stop shaking. But I mustn't let out a breath, or he'll surely hear me. This is it. I can see the papers, like scenes from a horror movie, butchered with a kitchen knife. Intruder lay in wait. He's opening the door. He's here. This is it. But I still can't stop shaking. I'm far too excited. I've been waiting for him to get home for hours.